I don't know. I just feel like when you're young and you're a kid, that is the time to go for your dreams. Not when you're 35 and you have a family to support. When you're 18 and you can do whatever you want to do.
So let me break this down. I did a whole show on exactly how much people are making from what culture and what part of the world and how it is that they transition over into being successful here in America, right? It's a reason why Indian cultures, Asian cultures are overwhelmingly dominating when it comes to household income. I don't use anecdotal experiences in order to justify my argument. I look at the majority. And the majority of Asian and Indian households, listen, I'm an executive at a pretty large size company right now. When I get on these calls, right, and we're vetting different contractors, or we're talking about different people that's making, $250,000 a year, and they got $250,000 a year jobs because they're working from home and they can name their own salary and they write their own prices and they're making over $500,000 a year. And I see this regularly. You know what they look like? They're Asian, Indian, and white, and me, one black guy there. One black guy when I was in college in these classes, one black guy when it comes to being able to get these positions, one black guy that levels up that's outside of the role of diversity leader or some bull crap that they got, that they made a position so they can have a black guy or a black woman in there. The reality is that when you look at the overall majority, the people that are making the most money and getting all of the jobs that's worth having, that's going to transition as we continue to build out this new version of the internet called the metaverse, that they're hiring over 10,000 people over in this specific area in order to help build this out. When Microsoft allocate $25 billion instead of a $1 billion budget yearly in order to solve for the cybersecurity process. The problem is that
I'm going to let Anton cook. I'm going to let him cook, but there's a reason why I'm playing this, and I'll talk to you guys about it in a second. Make sure you leave a like down below. This one's important.
We're not the ones that's in position to even be able to get these positions. There's whole countries and whole cultures that's dedicated to making sure that their kids and their people are getting all of the good jobs and all of the resources and all of the money. And then they decide what they want to do afterwards. And then they go and buy all of the property. And then they build all of their businesses and they fund all of their dreams and they empower their kids and they build real generational wealth. You don't do that on a hope and a dream. You do that based off of intentionality. So if we want to go off of small anecdotal experiences, that's cool. But if we want to go off real statistics and who's really getting all of the jobs and making all of the money, then we have to use real life experiences in order to illustrate exactly how people are being successful. And it's not by chasing your dreams, it's because they're groomed for these positions and they don't have a choice. If you want to go to college, these are the fields that you have a choice from in order to study. And if you want us to pay for your college degree, this is what you're going to do. We're not doing liberal arts. We're not doing basket weaving. We're not doing all of this bull crap. We doing stuff that's actually going to change the trajectory and allow you and guarantee you to be able to raise your kids in a place outside of the possibility of living in poverty. That's the truth. That's the data. That's the statistics. And that's what's really happening in society. So you can tell all of these people to go and chase their dreams all you want to. But the reality is that if you look at the statistics, we're last, almost dead last, almost number 70 on the census of the amount of money that we're generating in our households. Not individually, but in our households. We number 70. You can go and look it up right now.
Ooh. Man, Anton just cooked right now. He just absolutely fried right now. Let me bring this down. Yeah, he just fried. He just fried. I had to bring the camera down, but to his point, this is an older video. I really appreciate Anton and the knowledge that he drops, because he drops some jewels, you guys. You definitely got to pay attention to him. But this particular video was saying, F your dreams. You know, I'm not going to use the curse word, but F your dreams. And I felt that deep, so I had to watch it, right? So Anton basically is explaining that vast majority of young black men, which is true, always chase after the same 3 to 4 dreams. And it's true. Vast majority of young black men want to be a rapper. Vast majority of young black men want to be a basketball or football player. Vast majority of young black men want to be drug dealers. Vast majority of young black men want to chase fast money, scam. Vast majority of them. Let's be real. So the thing is, and where it hit home with me, is that I was in that exact same rat race. I was chasing the dream to become a rapper. I wanted to be a popular rapper. I wanted to be the best. I idolized rappers. Now I really can't stand them. And that's what I wanted to be. And what makes it even worse is that I wasted and spoiled 10 years of my life, longer than that, on rapping in a circle. I didn't make no money in it. I damn sure couldn't provide for my family. And all I did was waste money. And so now I became very, very, very intentional on what I want to do, what I want to make, what I see my future as. And if you stay in the rat race of trying to be a rapper, you know the percentile of how many people rap versus the percentile of how many people actually make it to the big screen. And making it to the big screen does not guarantee you lifetime financial freedom. It guarantees you a moment in the spotlight, but that can fizzle away so quick. Do you know how many black men dream and wish they can join the NBA or the NFL? Do you know how many black men are at the basketball court shooting every single day, and then they look up and they're 37 years old and working at Walmart, and those basketball dreams are still there, those hoop dreams? Yeah, no. You got to be intentional on what you want to do in life, you guys. You got to be extremely intentional. And now at my age, I'm 35 years old. I have become extreme intentional to the extremist level. I don't want to be a millionaire. That's not what I want. I've made a pretty good living for myself without being a millionaire. What I would not mind is making about $300,000 a year, $400,000 a year. I'll be a happy man. I would sail to the seas. I don't want to be a millionaire, but I also don't want to be a rapper. I don't want to be a basketball player. I don't want to be a trapper. I just want to be a average American citizen that takes care of business, that has a little bit of financial freedom, and that's it. But see, people put their dreams in front of what is reality, and that's where you fail. If you put your dreams in front of your job, I've seen plenty of my friends do that. All my rap associates, quote unquote, put their dreams in front of their job, quit their job to chase music, and now they're back at square one, but they have less. I've seen it. I've seen 45-year-old rappers. I still see them. From the age of 20 to now, they're 45 years old and they're still rapping. I've seen it. And they don't even have any type of 401k. They don't even have any type of retirement. They don't own a home. They don't own a car. They beg for cigarettes and money. Man, I've seen it. I've seen it over and over and over. And so if anything you take from this video, I want you to take that rapping, trapping, football playing, all that stuff, the percent is so low that you need to pivot your focus to something else. Get into refrigeration, get into AC and heat, get into plumbing, get into carpeting, get into painting. Create something, do something, get into content creation. Because content creation is not just like, oh, this viral social media person. No, this is like an actual TV show. You guys watch these videos like a TV show, you guys. And I vow to bring you an episode every single day or every other day. I vow to that. So you would have something to watch, something new. You'll find out about the news. I've found my why. I've found my voice. But I think the biggest thing is that I hope that I can touch the young generation and pivot them from the bad mistakes. You guys, make sure you leave a like on this video. I really appreciate that. Subscribe if you're new. Drop a comment on what you think. Anton Daniel, shout out to him. Make sure you go to his page and subscribe. Get him to that 1 million subscribers. This guy drops jewels, man. Till next time, folks. I'll see you in the next one.